welcome to Raygo Reactions. As you can see by the title, I'm going to be sitting back, reacting, playing along, and just listening to the album Animals by Pink Floyd today. I've never heard this album before. Recently I went down the rabbit hole about 6 months ago, and I just started checking out Pink Floyd, and then you guys in the comments were like, Joe, you need to see this, you need to see that, and I've just been going further and further down the rabbit hole, and it's just got better and better. And what happened was, I was like, okay, let's see what the crack is with Dark Side of the Moon. Obviously, it was absolutely next level. If you want to see the reaction to that, watch it at the end of this video. I've already done it. And then I was like, okay, what came after that? And you guys were like, well, Wish You Were Here. So I was like, okay, Wish You Were Here, let's do that. And then I was like, well, wait a minute, was Dark Side the first album? And you guys were like, no, it was Piper at the Gates of Dawn. So I was like, okay, do I check out the Piper at the Gates of Dawn? I did one or two songs for a bit, I'll be honest. It wasn't really for me. It was a bit, I know it was Syd Barrett's era, I've got to say, wasn't really for me. And you guys understood that. You was like, nah, yeah, fair one. It's not really what Pink Floyd are now. It was just there first, you know. And then I was like, well, should I do the Sorcerer of Secrets? And you guys were like, nah, just skip these. Skip soundtrack, Uma Guma. You even said skip Atom Heart, Mother. Now, this was all on a live stream, and you guys were like, just don't bother. You said go to Meddle. So I did Meddle. Then I was like, Obscured by Clouds? You guys were like, yeah. And then that put us here again. I was like, are we really not going back? And you guys were like, no, wait, Jose, go straight to Animals. So today we're doing Animals, and before we do, let's have a little brief background on what this is. It's a 10th studio album by English rock band Pink Floyd. They recorded it in London, okay, straight after this. So this was just after Wish You Were Here, and then after that came The Wall, which we're gonna do as well. Hit that like button if you want to see that. But you know, it's a concept album loosely based on George Orwell's political fable Animal Farm. Didn't George Orwell write the book 1984? Because I swear there's a band who've done a concept album on the book 1984, if I'm not mistaken. The album's lyrics describe various classes in society and different kinds of animals. The predatory dogs, despotic, holy smokes, I really need to get my English down. The despotic, ruthless pigs, and the mindless and unquestioning herd of sheep. See, it's just metaphors, isn't it? If you're a sheep, you just follow what everyone else does. If you're a pig, you're just a disgusting human being. And if you're a dog, you're at the top of the chain. I guess that's where we're going with this. So now I've got me a little bit of knowledge. Guys, we're going to listen to this like an album should be listened to. I'm going to sit back, put my feet up. If I feel like I want to pause it, it's because I either have a question, or it's because I need to listen to something again, or I need to try and do it myself on the guitar, because ultimately that's what music's about, and that's how I think albums should be listened to. And this is what they were in the 70s. The only thing I'm missing here is the vinyl book, so I can read the lyrics and look at the pictures. That's how albums should be. That's why I love Pink Floyd, because they take great time in specifying every single bit of their album. They go, no, the cover needs to be good, the name of it, the song names, the stories, the lyrics, the everything. And that's what an album and a band should do. And if you guys want to see my breakdown on that, I'll leave it right here. I did a light dive into Pink Floyd and why I think they got as far as they did. And it's good, some good points on there. Anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, go and grab yourself a beer, go get yourself a coffee, a cup of tea, whatever you like to drink, and let's get into this. Oh, if you didn't care
what happened to me? And I didn't care But you, we would zigzag our way through the bottom of pain, occasionally glancing up through the rain, wondering which of the brothers to blame. And watching for pigs on the wing.
First things first, quickly. You know what I like about that? They done Dark Side of the Moon, they done Wish You Were Here. The production on those albums is absolutely next level, especially even to this day, it sounds incredible. And I listened to the OG mixes and the OG masters. I didn't want to do the remasters. I wanted to hear it in its true DNA. I prefer that. And this is the same situation. And you know that guitar they were just playing there? You got to think, they've done Dark Side, they've done Wish. The guitar that they were just playing, it sounded like David Gilmour, or it sounded like David wasn't playing and it was Roger. It had that more rougher, not as good on guitar. Now, it could have been David playing a more sloppy way. Everything they do is intentional. Forgive me. But the actual production was like a just rough cut. Just stick your mic on, plug it in, let me just have a go. None of this, let's get the EQ perfect, bruh. All that stuff. That's what I love about these. They're just rough, ready, but live. And that's what's wrong with today. Everything's so robotic. Let's get it super clean. It's like, I want to hear those strings vibrating off the neck in like in a way where you could almost think this isn't good. I like that. And that's what was going on there. Character. Quickly, that lyric, what you just said, you have to put trust in the people that you lied to, so when you get the chance to, you can stab them in the back. That is a seriously good lyric. It's especially when it comes to these corporate people who your boss at work who you don't like, damn well he's lying to you. When am I getting a pay rise, mate? Joe, honestly, you'll get one. You'll get one soon at the end of the month, yeah? I'm just working on a few things. Or, bro, I've asked you 3 times now. I need Wednesday off. Am I getting... Come back to me at the end of the... No, tell me now, mate. Why are you waiting till the end of it? You're lying to me. You're doing all this manipulation. I don't like it. But somehow, that person needs to trust you as well. That you're going to turn up tomorrow and all these things. Just a great lyric, that. That really is a great lyric. And did you notice how the solo actually was correlated to the lyrics? David Gilmour wasn't going for that emotional solo which is going to leave you in tears. He was going for that more doom and gloom, odd sounding notes. It's not about always making it sound like a love story, which that's how a solo inevitably, if you want to make a single, that's how I want it. And that's what David does, which is why Pink Floyd are great. But on certain songs, it's going to need, hold on a second. Go a bit more unique here. Go doom and gloom, go weird. And he did it.
Your shoulder. No, it's gonna get harder, 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 as you get older. Yeah, and in the end you'll pack up, fly down south, hide your head in the sand. Just another sad old man, all alone, dying of cancer.
Very nice. Two guitars. Sick. Wild dogs. Man, that guitar bit there was next. I need to hear how he came out of that with that guitar note.
Lose control.
Hold on. My days! That is a filthy, dirty little guitar note. Hold on a second, guys. I can't let that slide. Listen to how clean it is. Oh. What's this? So we're in D minor this song. And it sounds like we're in minor 7, A minor 7. Are you telling me to F? No, I promise. It looks like you're telling me to F off. I promise I'm not. That's beautiful. That's the best part yet. Stuff like that can get me. Just a 4-second section. It's just like, I need to hear it again.
Lose control. You'll reap the harvest you have sown. And as the fear grows, the bad blood slows and turns to stone. And it's too late to lose the weight you used to need to throw around. So have a good drown as you go down all alone, dragged down by the stone.
This is the best band in the world at transitions. Name me an other in the comments if you can. That is sick. Wow. Great drumming as well. Hell yeah.
Gotta admit that I'm a little bit confused. Sometimes it seems to me as if I'm just being used. Gotta stay awake, gotta try and shake off this creeping malaise. If I don't stand my own ground, how can I find my way out of this maze? Deaf, dumb, blind. You just keep on pretending that everyone's expendable and no one has a real friend. And it seems to you the thing to do would be to isolate the winner. Everything's done under the sun. And you'll believe what hard everyone's a
That's just amazing, that. That sounds so cool. Mate, I need to see just how simple but effective this is. So we're still in the same song. I'm guessing this is still the same song. You don't know with Pink Floyd because the transitions are so smooth if it's a new song or it's the same one but long, because I know they have long songs. So he's going. You know, he's like, let's just pretend it's very similar to whatever that is. But guys, it's one note for the majority of it. It's 2, 3, 4 notes. That's how good Gilmour is. And that's one thing that I personally love about guitar solos. It's the more simple things, and that's why I really relate to David Gilmour. Guitar solos it's more melodic, isn't it, as opposed to all this. You know, Gilmour doesn't. It's not about speed. It's not about how many notes can I get in a matter of seconds. He just lets it breathe, sings. He's not trying to rush to get to the next note. It's not like, I've been here for too long, I need to do something else. It's like, nah. It works. And it's just like, well, bro, however many notes out of this I can get, I'm going to use. I don't need to just, you know, why do I need to move on when it still sounds good? That's what I really like about his guitar playing, and it's something I definitely adopt into my own playing as well, especially when I'm making solos for actual songs. Harmonizing it as well. Hell yeah. You know what was sick about that? The whole time, the chord that is really most powerful is that It's that B flat there. But they didn't use it the whole way throughout, so it was just... That's the majority of the song. But only at the very end did he go, right, now it's time for the most powerful chords. You know? So cool. That is so cool. You know what's good about it? It's not being tempted to do it, and it's a difficult thing because because it sounds so good that you tend to go, oh, let's use it more. But if you use it on the pre-chorus and then you use it on the second pre-chorus, what it tends to do is then, because it's such a long song, it will become a repetitive thing and it will become less powerful. If we save it to the very end, you're almost waiting for it. You know, once you've heard the song once, you go, I can't wait until it gets to that point. You know, so it's about, like, don't shoot it all at once, really. Hell yeah. Is this, what is... Mate, let's appreciate how cool the photo is. It's still there as well, guys, to this day, apparently. I keep hearing a noise. Guys, if you could let me know in the comments, I keep hearing a noise throughout this album where it just sounds like someone's getting a lighter and going, and I think it's where the mixer is, you know, back then they would snip it, the audio, they'd snip this bit and then put it into line because it was all analog tape and whatnot. I don't know if that is, or maybe they're using a recurring effect. It sounds like a lighter being lit, but I doubt it. It sounds like it's in the mix where it's going, and obviously they couldn't quite get it clean enough, but they only had a certain amount of tape. It's expensive. I don't know, but if it is, I hope it is because it's rock and roll. That's so sick.
Big man, pink man, charade you are.
Hell yeah.
Woo! You well-heeled pink wheel, charade you are. of steel. Your heart stuffed with a hat pin. A good foot with a handgun. You're nearly alive.
This is the best one. Whatever this is, this Pigs. This chorus, excellent drumming right going on with that cowbell. Very nice touch to go to that. I would have loved to see whose idea that was. Most likely the drummer. I forgot his name. What the hell? But also Richard Wright on that piano. Making it sneaky. Great touch. It's going from that very nice verse, which is very catchy. You are, drum, boom, boom, boom. And I don't know, I can only imagine it was Roger Waters who obviously wrote. He usually writes the music, doesn't he? But this is very good, very catchy stuff. You don't expect it to go into that section. It's very sneaky with his vocals as well. Like, actually sounds like he's been, you're good, just passionate. Different dynamics in his voice. Sick. That's another thing I really need to. I ain't got the best voice in the world, but this is what I love about Pink Floyd. David Gilmour has obviously got the more favourable voice, in my opinion. More of a soft tone, but Roger, his voice is only it's an average voice when it comes to the vocal hierarchy, isn't it? If you're being serious, when you've got people like Freddie Mercury, he's down here. Doesn't matter though. I love that. It's just he's telling a story, but he's working it. And one other thing I was going to say about the I think it was Dogs, when it was a corporate, and he was saying, you know, they're basically calling these people who are like that. You know, you're going to go down south, bury your head in the sand, and die of cancer. I think he said, which wouldn't wish upon anyone, but he said that. And it's like, you would think when you're writing these type of lyrics, you would reflect on your own one's morals and be like, you know what, my ego's too big, so's yours. Because, by the way, I sit on the fence. I think, yeah, Roger's had his issues, but so's David. They're both egotistical people, and they needed to really just put their ego down. The pair of them had to compromise. It's not just one's fault, it's both. And he needed to just be like, I mean, look at the lyrics I'm writing, but then look at me. I'm self-absorbed. Like, we can get through this. Should we be amicable? Like, it is what it is. Life's short. But they didn't. But at the same time, you could, you know, there's two sides to that coin. Is that why their music's so good? Because there was all that tension. I don't know. But would it have been better if they got on as friends? Maybe not. So, some people just aren't meant to be friends. And that's okay. Go on, Richie boy. Harrowing. That's sick. That is so sick. lick. Ooh. That's so cool. Great tone on the guitar. That echo. That would have been cool. You can't deny some 16ths or whatever they are, or eighths. Are they eighths? Yeah. That would be 16ths. That would be nice on the hi-hat right now. Don't lie. You know I'm right.
Hey, you White House, ha ha, charade you are.
Great piano.
You house, proud town, my house, ha ha, charade you are. You're trying to keep our feelings off the street.
You're nearly a real treat. On tight lips and cold feet. I know you feel up yours. You got to stem the
That
evil
is sick.
tide and keep it on the inside. Larry, you're nearly a treat. Larry, you're nearly a treat, but you're really a
This is sick. Mate, that was sick. The bass. Something like that. Great, and then it went. Just great bass, not to mention the guitar. One thing Gilmore likes to do, he likes to go. He He likes to do that quite often, which is a nice little touch of his. What a banger that was, mate. I love how they're using, it's so well put together. It's a concept, but it's also like, you know, a personification in these animals. But then at the same time, he's sticking to the words of these animals. Like if he's talking about pig's feet and trotting, you know, he's using those words to describe the humans and how the world is. It's genuinely, nothing touches it. Nothing touches it. This is real music. And it's like, how many songs have I really listened to? I think that probably I've only heard about 3 songs there. It's just because they're extended. So good. Really is. Who's doing it? I brought an album out. Oh yeah. Is there 10 songs on it? Nah, 4. Sorry? Yeah, some seriously good solos. And you know what? I take something back as well, and I acknowledge it. I think I listened to Pigs live. Roger Waters doing it. And I said it was good, but I was like, the middle section from what it's the same as what I just heard then. It was long, and I was like, okay, something could have gone on a bit better. Because it was like so much space, but it was just an instrumental. Looking back, there was an element missing, and it was David Gilmour. It's because it was Roger Waters live. The thing that was missing is the visual. I couldn't see David just with his wah pedal go wham wham wham, boom bam bam, and then taking his time. At least let me watch him do it, because it was just Roger Waters going. Like, he weren't even playing the bass, I don't think. I think he was just walking around. I was like, okay, it's boring though. I needed to see the visuals, but because I didn't, you know, I hadn't had that expectation just then, and I was just listening to it, I could envision David, and I could envision Roger on the bass, and that's why it is nice to see the full band together in real life when you want to talk live. And now when I look back, if you play Pigs live and you had the full band doing it, it's perfect. It didn't need some grand solo, because it was, the picture was painting itself, and all the other elements were kick. I could hear the bass, all the bass is actually going good here. And throughout that, there was a lot of solos there by Richard Wright. He was doing some nasty work. Seriously good stuff. And the drumming was impeccable. Just so sick. Uh-oh, is a sheep now. I need to listen to this. The bass is on its way. Boom, 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 boom. I know it. voice molded into David's guitar. Sick. You know what the crazy part is, guys? I just fell into a serious imagination of being a sheep, where you just you're a lemon. You wake up every day. You follow the crowd. You do what everyone else does. If someone says this, you do it. Blah blah. That's you know, and then that instrumental I just heard then was the cycle of life of eerie sounds, harrowing noises of just. This is what happens when you don't take control of your own thing and you just keep being the shepherds around the sheepdogs, and you just keep bottlenecking your way into the same system as everyone else. Hell no, I don't like that. Hell no. Get out whilst you can. I want to hear a sheep. Great bass work. Simple but effective. Great key work as well. so sick. What's this?
You know that I care. What happens to you? And I know that you care. For me too. So I don't feel alone on the way to the stone. Now that I've found somewhere safe to bury my bone, and any fool knows a dog needs a home. A shelter from pigs on the wing.
Damn. That's a cracking little ending, that, because it basically sums it all up and brings it all into one full circle of everyone needs each other. You know, the dogs, well, do we need pigs? Not really, but a dog needs a home. But, I get what he's saying. Cracking album. Sonically speaking, very well made. Lyrics, insanely good. Metaphorically speaking as well. Obviously aesthetically, just looks awesome. Great vocals. This was quite orientated around Roger Waters. It's funny, isn't it? Like I mentioned, David's got the better voice. I mean, in a band you would think you might as well sing it, your voice is better. But again, that kind of contradicts what I was saying, because Rogers is just, it's still a great voice. Like, he's telling the story. And although you haven't got Freddie Mercury's voice, it still works. So I guess... But, I mean, if someone in the band can sing better than you, you might as well give it to them. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them. But, I don't know, what do you guys reckon? There's not much in it, is there, when it comes to their voices? They're quite both similar. I would just say it's like almost Simon and Garfunkel. If we're going to only have one of us sing, let's give it Garfunkel. Do you know? He's got the better voice, but Simon's still got hits. So, who knows? The production value was amazing. I like the fact that there was those discrepancy sounds going on, which I don't know if they were intentional or not, but I do want to find out. Let's have a quick look. Can you hear tape being cut on the album Animals by Pink Floyd? Or am I tripping? No, you cannot hear the physical sound of tape being cut on the released album. However, this is a common misconception, as many listeners actually mistake the rhythmic, sharp acoustic cuts, particularly in Pigs on the Wing and Dogs, sound of slicing tape. Definitely sounds like that. What sounds like a tape edit is actually the very dry percussive strumming. Yeah, fair enough. That can be a thing. I record my own music, and when you record it, you can get these sharp sounds which sound like something else, and it's like, do I cut it out? Probably, because people will be like, what is it? But keeping it in is, I think it's rock and roll. Is the album better than Wish You Were Here? I don't think so. Is it better than Dark Side of the Moon? I don't think so. But, they can't all be... I'm sorry. Trying to top Dark Side of the Moon is one thing. And personally, I prefer Wish You Were Here, in my personal opinion. So I think they did very well. And even if it's not as good, it's still, yeah, even if you're just below it, you're still on a good, still good. With Animals, I think they've gone a step lower again, but it's difficult to, once you hit that, you can't expect a band to keep doing it as long as it's still great. That was a great album, and I take nothing away from it in that aspect. It's like an 8. It's an nah. As far as I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I really am, and that's objectively speaking as well. Personally speaking, I would change certain aspects, but I want to look at it objectively because that's how you have to when you're doing this kind of thing. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this and you like chilling in the dojo and just relaxing and listening to an album, you want to request an album of your choice, you can in the link in the description below. Have a little read through it. But also, just let me know if you guys hit the like button if you want to see me do The Wall next, because it really helps. I know people think, yeah, whatever, hit the like button, it doesn't do nothing. It genuinely does. If you don't hit the like button, then YouTube will think, okay, you didn't enjoy it, so they just won't send this video to other people. So hit the like button, get people watching, and we can do the other one. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Anyway, it's been cool. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe and peace out.
Raygo blue! Raygo blue! Yeah! Raygo blue!
Welcome to my Patreon. I thought today we'd react to let's do some exclusive stuff, you know what I mean, for you little legends only. I want you guys to tell me if this song sucks. If it does, it's gone forever.
Joe's seen something he likes. Call it the old
like it.
squatting up bosh.